Hi guys, welcome to the 6th episode of the Phoenix Studios live show. Thanks very much for tuning in. Number 6, number of the beast maybe. It's been a busy few days trying to get back into the swing of things because I've been away kind of most of the weekend, so as you can imagine no work got done at all. But anyway, really nice to see a couple of people in the chat. Lena's there, I think Signal Noise might be lurking there in the background, and I think Anton Peck just followed. Thanks man. So good little show got lined up. I'm going to be working on a brand new illustration, and we will have the results for the Phoenix name, mascot name votes. So I'm really looking forward to sharing those results with you. But without further ado, let's run the intro. Right, well, I hope all you guys are really doing well. Like I say, I've been busy and looking forward to showing you guys some new stuff. But I'm going to kind of go straight into the news to start off with. I'll show the lineup first. So the lineup today is, I've reverted back to the previous lineup before I announced the new Vault section. The reason why is I'm trying to kind of diversify the content a bit, so the Vault will be kind of every other week or every other show or something. So we're back with Raw this week, which I'll be showing an older piece that I kind of rediscovered recently, and I found there's actually quite a lot of different versions of that piece, so it's quite interesting. Anyway, I'll reveal it a bit later. So let's get into our little news segment now, which is of course Flash. Signal Noise is here, listening while working. Thanks, man, I really appreciate it. So we've gone up one follower over the weekend to 26, which again is cool. I'm really glad that, it seems to be consistent with getting a few followers here and there. And I believe Anton just followed as well, so we're up to 27, so thanks, Anton. We have kind of we're trying to get to 50 is ideally what we're trying to do. That's kind of the target, and I think once you reach 50 and you complete a couple of other goals, then you can kind of get affiliate or whatever. So it'd be really cool if we can get to that in the next couple of weeks. If we can't, it is what it is, whatever. So thanks very much for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. The Phoenix mascot name vote, the results. So the results are in, so I know who's won. And I'm going to be really coy about this, and I'm actually not going to announce it until the end of the show. I keep you guys waiting in suspense as to who's actually won and what name has been picked. And because I've been away this weekend, the next stream is going to be on Friday, 6 p.m. I know some people will probably be down the pub by that time or in a bar or something. So no worries. If people don't tune in, they don't tune in. That's not a problem, obviously. So the next one will be on Friday. I'm probably going to try and get back to a regular schedule next week. The only reason things have shifted around this week is because I was away on the weekend having fun and rocking out. And as you can imagine, nothing got done. Right, okay. So that now brings us to Album of the Week, which is probably one of my favourite little sections now that we're doing. And again, had some incredible suggestions from people over the last week or so. I've been a bit I've been trying to think myself of a great album also, and I thought of one the other day, and I've included it on this one, but next week I might include a different one that somebody suggests, because I like to kind of mix it up a bit and get your suggestions in there. I think that's awesome. So this album cover is a little bit controversial. I apologise if you are religious in any way. I do apologise. I believe the album has a bit of a controversy behind it. You might not think so, but anyway, we'll see. Oh, Nick's here as well. Hey, Nick. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks. So, album of the week this week is Holy Diver by Dio. And I don't know if you guys know this album cover. Oh, Andy Beads is here as well. Hey, Andy. Thanks for tuning in, man. So I don't know if you guys know this album cover very well, but It was actually created by an artist called Randy Beret. I'd never heard of him before, but yeah, he's done some other stuff as well, which I couldn't believe, because he's not. I would have thought maybe his career would have been like, oh right, he's just going to continue doing album covers, and that's what he's going to be doing. But doing a bit of research into it, interestingly enough, he actually does other stuff as well, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest with you. And his career has kind of like really changed. So I'm going to show. I kind of did a bit of research on it, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Bear with me a second while I just load this up. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can find the thing I was looking for. Here we go. This is the one. Just expand that a bit. Yeah, there we go. So Randy Beret. So I found a bunch of articles about the cover art. Apparently the cover was kind of created by, not created, but kind of apparently the wife of Dio kind of had a say into what it was that was going to actually be created. Here we go. Talks about the initial concept and stuff, and apparently it was his wife Wendy who came up with the idea for Holy Diver's distinctly unholy album cover, which is basically a priest in chains. So apparently his wife came up with it to start off with, and it was given to Randy Beret to actually create the artwork and paint it up. Now Randy Beret, I assumed that he would be kind of like I was saying, a rock cover guy. And it turns out he ended up working at Pixar, which I can't believe. And I was like, is this the same guy? I'm still wondering if it really is the same guy, the same Randy Beret. But everything seems to point to it. And I found another few articles on him. Apparently he now works at Pixar. So there you go. So he started doing metal album covers, and now he works at Pixar, which is quite an interesting story. So he's worked as a sketch artist on Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Cars, all the big ones basically. So that was a really random find. And then when I looked him up, he does have like a thing on IMDb as well. So I don't know what other. There you go. So he's worked on a few movies as well. I'm not sure if that's the same guy. So anyway, so that was sort of an interesting little tidbit of information I found on the album of the week. What does Nick say? Nick's saying Holy Diver is also a Famicom game. Oh, I didn't know. The NES, I'm assuming, right? Yeah? Cool. I didn't know that. Andy, glad I caught the stream. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you tuning in, dude. Signal Noise, best voice in metal. You ain't kidding, man. He's got one hell of a voice. Shame he's passed away, isn't it? But, it is what it is. I definitely agree with you guys. Definitely one of the best voices. And, yeah, what a killer album cover. I just thought about it the other day because one of our friends played Holy Diver, and I was like, wow, that album cover is actually really awesome. So I thought I'd include it. So yeah, guys, so that's that's album of the week. Holy Diver, artist was Randy Beret. Yeah, awesome. So we're now going to switch over to our little headliner, and typically for this, the last few weeks we've been working on the Phoenix kind of mascot, trying to get that into shape, and I've been kind of toing and throwing on this a little bit because I was still not 100% satisfied last stream. So I've been working on it on and off here and there where I could. I'm kind of reasonably comfortable now where it is. My art director, Natural Mermaid, who's in the chat, has been helping me too, trying to get it to look right. So she's been a great help, trying to get it looking good. So right now, this is I think this is pretty much the final. I don't think I'm going to spend much more time on it, to be honest with you. I might do a couple of little tweaks, but as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much the final version. His rainbow work is great too. Rainbow work? Are you talking about Dio? Oh, when he was in Rainbow? I didn't know that. Didn't know he was in that band. That's cool. So yeah. So I'm thinking this is pretty much done. I'm going to do my best to try not to tweak it too much because I'm fairly happy with it. And I think the only thing that was kind of frustrating me was this kind of like little star triangular thing. And I learned apparently, and this is kind of completely unintentional, but apparently the sign for fire is a triangle, like a pyramid-shaped triangle, which I didn't realise. I completely unintentionally put that triangle in there because I thought it looked cool. So there you go. So he's even got like a fire triangle on his forehead. So yeah, pretty happy with where it turned out. So this complements the other illustration I've got going on. So this one's finished, as I've been showing you guys over the last few weeks. And today we're going to work on the next one. Like I said to you guys previously, there is actually another one which I haven't revealed yet, and maybe I'll reveal that next week when I post it on Insta or something. So today going to be working on this one, which is something I cooked up on the weekend, kind of between going on a train and trying to draw on the train and trying to ink on the train on my iPad, which was fun. As you can imagine, going everywhere while watching the signal noise broadcast, of course, which I couldn't do because the signal on the train was crazy. So yeah, I managed to get this little bad boy done, inking wise, and it's just like a little skull. He's kind of got a flame sort of nose. I'm not sure if I'll keep that in, but hey, for now, I'm just going to keep that in and see how it goes. It's got a little mohawk. Although my art director thinks it looks like a carrot. Carrot mohawk, I don't know. Maybe that'll get changed at some point. Who knows? Yeah. When he was in Black Sabbath too, he was amazing. See, I didn't realise this, guys. I didn't know Dio was in Black Sabbath as well. I had no idea. That's really cool. I had no idea that you guys are obviously more clued up than I am about this stuff. So that's really cool. So yeah, right, I'm going to get into this. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to try and get this coloured. I need to kind of get all my flats done first, so that'll be what I'm working on first. So let's get into this. And I'm hoping you guys are all doing good and I've had a good week so far. Like I say, my week's been good. I've been busy trying to get this done because I didn't really have much time to get something put together for this stream because I really wanted something new. I didn't want to sort of still be working on that Phoenix or on something else. I actually wanted to keep going. So let's start by creating a couple of things. So first thing I'm going to do, I think he might be green or something. I don't know, like a green skull or something, because I've got lips that are kind of pink. I've got the Phoenix kind of red and yellow. So I'm thinking I might reverse those colours and have him green with a pink outer glow or something, just to kind of mix it up. So get going on this. So basically I've just sort of selected the shape tool. Ooh, I spotted a bit of inking. That's gone a bit awry there. It's a little bit funny. And this always happens with Adobe Sketch. Is sometimes I can't see like these little lines. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like little lines that may kind of like slip my eye. Oh, you know what, I'll fix it later. Can't be bothered working out what layer it is. Let's get back to the colouring. Right. Look into the albums Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules and Dehumanizer. Oh, will do, man, yeah. Cheers, Andy, for the recommendations. So let's get this going. I'll just turn the fill off for now because that's going to annoy me. Yeah, so like I say, I hope you guys had a nice weekend, and yeah, I suppose it's middle of the week now. You know what, this week has absolutely flown by for me. Not even, my feet haven't touched the ground. I keep thinking it's like Monday or something. Yeah. I'm assuming you guys are all in work or something, or maybe you've left work or something, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, on Saturday we had, was it Saturday? Yeah, on Saturday my girlfriend and I went house hunting, trying to find a new place to live, because at the moment we're staying with family and stuff, and yeah, we've been house hunting on the Saturday, and then we went to a cool little party with our friends. Yeah, we had an awesome time on Saturday night. And that's why I'm saying that not a whole lot of work got done on the weekend, because yeah, too busy partying and generally having fun. So how's this looking? Put the file back up. Yeah, there we go. Just take the opacity down so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. And this is, as James would say, the ditch digging. I don't know if I have a better term for that, but yeah, this is the ditch digging, filling in all the colours, and actually my colours should be below the ink. So there we go. That's better. Yeah. There's a great alternate version of Mob Rules on the heavy metal soundtrack. Okay, man. I don't know that one, if I'm honest with you. I don't know that one at all. Yeah. I really do need to spend some time and actually update my kind of music library, I suppose. I mean, I've got Spotify, so I can check out stuff on there, but I really want to get back into it. I love kind of finding new artists and yeah, just exploring all their work and checking them out. Music artists, that is, and actual artists as well, obviously. Cool. Right, let's get this colouring done. I mean, I'm assuming I'm going to make it green. I don't know at this point, but I was thinking, well, I've got pink and kind of blue. Is it blue? Oh no, it's pink and green. And I've got yellow and red. And I've got my other illustration, which is I think blue and pink. So I suppose green and something else. I'm not quite sure. Maybe green and purple or something. I'm not sure. When making a little series of illustrations, I was trying to find colours that kind of work together, but are very different from each other, if that makes any sense at all. Not sure if I'm being clear there, but yeah, I always find it a bit tricky to get the colours looking right when you put lots of different pieces next to each other. Right, okay, it's looking cool. Yeah, I had some crazy tech issues with my Mac before starting. I mean, I've had some weird issues with this Mac in terms of if I leave it running, works fine, touch wood. If I reboot it, sometimes it doesn't boot up, and it kind of just hangs on the logo at the start, on the Apple logo with the bar, and it kind of fades in and out. And it's kind of a new problem I've been having. So, like an idiot, I went in and unplugged my Mac by accident, and right before the stream as well, like about half an hour before the stream. So, and I was like sitting there, hoping it would start up, and the first couple of times it wouldn't start. So I was like, oh crap, proper tech issues. But then finally, thankfully, it started up, and yeah, thank God for that. Right, okay. So that'll be my flat layer there, and I'll just make another one above. Yeah, I'm looking forward to announcing the name, because we had a few votes in over the weekend, and some last minute votes as well, which yeah, I wasn't expecting. So just in case you guys are kind of unaware, basically the Phoenix I've been working on for the last couple of weeks, I decided to let people vote on his name. So we had all kinds of different names. We had Phil the Phoenix, Gregor, we had Forks, Chaos. We had a bunch of different names that people kind of decided upon and sort of flung into the hat. And then I set up a little voting page over the weekend so people could kind of go in and vote for it, which was cool. It was great to kind of get people's feedback on what they thought a good name would be. Because I had a bunch of ideas, but I kind of like hearing what other people want to call it and kind of make it everyone's, not just mine. That's cool. Right. I've just noticed that's. See, again, I didn't notice that on the. I was making this in Adobe Sketch. I didn't notice that little thing. Oh, that's interesting. Why is that a different colour? Okay. Fine. And I wonder what we would call this guy. I don't even know if he's going to have a name. Maybe like Mo the Skull or something like that, because he's got a mohawk. Although apparently it looks like a carrot mohawk. I don't know, man. Mo the Skull. Yeah. Alright. Okay. So trying to work out like if I'm going to be spending, I want to try and get this done next week, so it's all finished up next week. I really want to try and keep consistent with creating things, because I did spend a fair bit of time tweaking that Phoenix, and I don't want to do that. I want to try and get something done every couple of weeks, ideally. Yeah, famous last words. Yeah, for sure. Right. Okay. And yeah, and I think what I'll do is I'll kind of do this for another 40 minutes or something. Try and get all my colors down, and then we'll have a little break, and then I'll do the blast. So a bit of me playing guitar, which will be fun. And then we'll do a bit more of this, and then we'll get into Raw, where I'll show you guys an older piece. Yeah, it's kind of relevant to the stream because I use it on the stream now. It's actually like a little GIF that I put on the stream. So I'll talk about that a bit later. And then finally we'll have our little results as to who has won the name vote. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, why am I colouring that in? Oh, there you go. Don't know what I'm doing. That's what I want to do. Yeah, and I'm still trying to get to grips with the scheduling a bit. I'm wondering what I might do is I might do like a main show like this one, because it takes a fair bit of time to prepare these things, and I'm trying to kind of strike a bit of a balance between preparing for the show, having some good content to show you guys, and then, you know, making sure that, you know, ultimately I've got a bit of time to do other stuff as well, because the last couple of weeks I've been spending so much time preparing for this, and I feel like maybe I'm over preparing a bit, and I kind of want it just to flow a bit better. I think that's one of the comments that Frank gave me, actually, was that he thought maybe it could flow a bit better, and yeah, it's something I definitely need to work on, man. But hey, so yeah, so what I'm thinking is oh, that's interesting. Chrome just crashed. That's weird. Something flicked off there. Oh, maybe because I. You guys still there? Sorry, my Chrome. I think my Chrome just crashed or something. I think it's on. Back on now. Bizarre. So as I was saying, yeah, I'm thinking might do one main show and then maybe like an unplugged type show where I'm not preparing as much. I'm just kind of doing. I'm kind of just doing a bit of this, bit of work, maybe a bit of just random guitar. Oh, everybody's here. Yeah, cool. Okay. It's one of those things, you never know. If things crash, you never know if people are still there and stuff. So it's always cool when people reply. So thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I don't know what Chrome did. I think it just kind of crashed and then rebooted itself. Taco's here. Hey, Taco. How you doing? Oh, I like your little emoji. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. It looks like a tofu man. A tofu smiley man. I love it. Yeah. What's the last time I saved? Oh. Save. Thanks for bringing that up, man. Here. Save. There's a little save GIF, which was inspired by Lena Ritchie. Actually came up with the idea of having like an AC/DC save kind of thing. So yeah, I really enjoy putting that one up. It's lots of fun to make. It's a marshmallow. Oh, my apologies. Oh, Lena, of course, Lena's in the chat. Hey, Lena. Yeah, it's a marshmallow. Oh, it kind of does look like a marshmallow, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. That's cool, man. I like it. Marshmallow head. Yeah. Right, so that's kind of the base skull that we're doing. So that's... I'll put that as skull. Base. There we go. I think I'll do this little flamey thing next. Flame nose. I'm not sure what you would call it. Flame nose. Yes. Right. Okay, I need to pick a different colour, so maybe I'll do white for now, just so I can see what I'm doing. Is that working? Yeah, cool. Throw the pic to the audience. To be fair, I have actually... Here you go. Here's something you might not know, Anton, if I switch back to my camera. I think I've shown a couple of people before. But yeah, I've actually got my own kind of little branded plectrums, which I use. It's probably back to front on the camera. Oh no, it's the right way around. Nice. So yeah, I have my own little plectrums, which I use, which is fun. Give these away sometimes and stuff. So yeah, I could actually throw it at the camera. That might be quite fun to do. Anyway, oh, that was a little access all areas right there. Oh, save is still there. I'll take that off. That was access all areas. So that's my version of the side quest. You know, when James does side quests, I've got access all areas, which was suggested by that seeker. He gave us sort of that idea of doing a little lanyard, a little backstage pass type thing. Nice. Are they thick or thin? I prefer heavy picks. To be honest, man, and this is something that's kind of irked me a bit, is they're a bit thin. The company I went with, I mean, it was good. The print came out really good, but you know, it's one of those things where they could be a bit thicker. I do like heavier gauges, a bit like you. Like I prefer thicker picks because it's too easy for it to slip out your hand. So, but they're great as little promotional items and stuff. Wow, this is cool. Oh, thanks, Lena. Really appreciate it. And that's something I've been meaning to ask you guys. Is this is the 6th one I've done, and I'm wondering, am I doing an all right job? Because I've got no idea. I mean, I've gotten a little bit of feedback, but I would really appreciate your thoughts as to whether, you know, is there something I could improve upon? I'm always kind of looking to improve and get better at things, because I really don't know necessarily if I'm doing things right, or should I be doing more of this? Are you more interested in seeing a certain type of content? I don't know. So yeah, I would really appreciate your feedback. You can either like message me or whatever, if you've got time. I understand, obviously, you guys may not have time. You've got very busy lives, so I appreciate that. No worries. But yeah, I'm just trying to work out how to improve, because it's all very new to me. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it though. Like, kind of had a couple of ups and downs with it. I feel like sometimes just feeling like, oh, you know, is it actually, you know, is it going okay? And you know, when you like kind of self-analyze stuff, and you're kind of like, oh, you know, not sure if it's cool, don't know if it's good enough, all the rest of it. Yes, the Mohawk like a carrot. Keep it going. You've got your own style, and that's good. The Mohawk will look less like a carrot after you shade it up. Yeah, man, for sure. I tend to do my hair in this kind of style. If I can flick over, there we go. So I kind of do it in this sort of. I use a hairbrush, and I tend to do it in that kind of style. So it will definitely look like hair. Maybe it'll look like a hairy carrot. Who knows? Okay, so I'll do the eye flames now. Eye flames. I don't know. I like doing flamers. No, flames. I like doing flames around eyes, especially on skulls. I'm not quite sure why, but I enjoy doing it. Maybe I'll make this pink. I'll go with a pink. A hot pink, as James likes to say. Something around there, maybe. Yeah, like I say, I'm really keen to get some feedback. And the nose is like an onion. He's a vegetarian skull. Brilliant. I love it. Onion skull. He does look a bit like an onion. Didn't even realise it. Oh well. So like I say, yeah, any feedback, guys, I would really appreciate it, because sometimes I do wonder, is it going alright? Are people actually enjoying what I do? Because that's the main thing, is that you guys actually enjoy what I do. I don't want to be sitting here and people are like bummed out. So yeah, corn teeth. Maybe you know what, you guys, maybe I should make like an alternative version for this, and everything looks like a vegetable. That would be hilarious. Yeah, maybe I'll do like an extra version after this or something if I have time. I like the creativity, guys. I like where you're going with that. I love it. So for those who don't know, Andy creates like beadwork. He's really Andy Beads. He creates like beads. So you should definitely check out his channel. I've not managed to tune into a live show of his yet, but I watched a couple of videos, and yeah, he's super cool, and he's really good at doing beadwork. So yeah, check him out, guys. Definitely worth a follow. Okay, so I made it pink now, so it looks less like an onion. Oh, that stickled you, has it, Taco? Yeah. A vegetarian skull. I'll have to do an alternative version or something. That might be really funny. Yeah. Like I say, I mean, I try not to take myself too seriously with my art. I try and have a bit of fun. That's why I'm doing a skull with shades on, with like an onion nose. Metalcorn. Yeah, Metalcorn. That sounds like a pretty cool name for a band, actually. Metalcorn. Oh, I thought of an idea for a band the other day. I can't remember the name now. Oh, I should have written it down. I had this awesome idea for a metal band. This awesome name. Can't remember it. Yeah. I think, yeah, corn's already taken, like you say. With a corn with a C. Right. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I know you guys might be quite busy and stuff, so I really appreciate it. You following along. I'm wondering, maybe I should vote on his name. Maybe I should do another vote for this guy's name. I don't know. Maybe. What do you guys think? Or are we all done with the votes? With the voting of things? I don't know. Yeah, looking for ideas to keep this fresh, because what I don't want is for this to get kind of boring and stuff. Yeah, I really want to mix it up with a few new sections in the next couple of months. Definitely stuff to do with the guitar. I definitely want to. I've got one segment that's really cool with the guitar, which is blast. But I would love to, I don't know, do something really different that people can really get involved in somehow. I need to work out a way of making it interactive. There were some suggestions of voting for songs or something, or I don't know, maybe I can learn a couple of riffs and stuff. Sorry, I have to get going again. Gonna get that ordered food and stream myself. Okay, Taco, thanks for popping in anyway. Yeah, definitely. You mentioned it before, but why don't you use the magic wand? Because I think, to be honest, Nick, sometimes it's not that accurate. I mean, last time I was doing it a very kind of silly way in terms of using the paintbrush tool, but right now I'm actually creating shapes, because I actually prefer to create vector shapes. I don't know why. It's just how I do things. It's not necessarily the right way. I just kind of, I don't know. I kind of find it a bit therapeutic as well, like just drawing around my shapes and stuff. And also it's kind of easy to edit after, because I can just pull the points and just adjust them if they're not quite right, rather than kind of like redraw things or paint things back in. Yeah, so it's just one of those things I do. I always do my flats as shapes. Keep up the great work. Oh, thanks, Taco. Thanks so much. I'm looking forward to seeing one of your streams, actually. I haven't tuned into a live one yet, but hopefully I'll tune into one at some point. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, man, yeah, it's just because I like to, let's say I do this or whatever, and it's like, oh, actually I want to add in another point there and pull this out, then it's just really simple. It's just a matter of convenience after, and it's kind of just habit. I'm really used to just doing flats in shapes. Yeah. So I don't know what the weather's like for you guys, but over here in the UK has a reputation for being really crappy weather, and today it is 21 degrees. It is boiling today. We've had a very cold winter, but yeah, it's really warm today. So I'm actually in shorts, which is, yeah, I didn't think I'd be in shorts, but it's kind of nice to be in shorts, for sure, man. Right, let's see how that's going. Actually, you know what I could have done? Dumbass that I am. I probably could have just mirrored that one on the right. Ah, well. I forgot. It's actually pretty much exactly the same. let's do his glasses. And his glasses, I'm not sure. This may very well change because I just put this ink work in just as a guide, and I might end up airbrushing the glasses to have like a bit of a reflection and stuff, because that might be quite cool. So let's get into the glasses now. Have I separated this correctly? Yeah, cool. Okay, glasses. So yeah, so I wonder if you guys have got good weather at the moment. For me, it's really nice here. Went for a little walk before, it was lovely. So yeah. What colour could his glasses be? Maybe I'll just make them grey for now, I guess. I always try, I mean, sometimes I go with like neutral, like greys to start off with, because I don't know necessarily what I'm going to do, but I have a rough idea of what I'm going to do colour wise. So I have got an idea. Pull that up. There we go. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I wonder if I can get maybe some sort of interactive art going on. Something like maybe I play guitar and something happens, like something kind of reacts to the sound. That's kind of really what I want, and I've talked a bit to that seeker about that, and I know you can do it with some code, so I'm going to try and research into it a bit more. That would be really cool if I can make art with my guitar. That would be so cool. I have no idea how it would look, but yeah, it definitely would be something I'm trying to do. I've already got a name for the section that I would call it, so I really want to try and get something sorted. Sketch layer, is that the right one? Nope. Problem when you don't name your layers. There it is. Just noticed a bit of a, and there as well is a bit of a, yeah. Okay, let's take that off for now. Wonder why. Yeah, sometimes in Adobe Sketch it kind of leaves little marks, and you don't necessarily see it. Can't see it at all now. Oh well, I'll clean it up later. Trying to put this back on. So that was relatively easy, but I kind of want to. I'll have to do an inner. Whoops. Oh, I didn't do that one properly. Never mind. Yeah, I really want to do. I probably want to do a fair bit of work on the glasses, because I really think that would probably be the centerpiece of this. Look really cool with some reflections on it somehow, with a bit of airbrushing. So that's the plan. Yeah, and it's quite a new. It's not necessarily a completely new style for me, this kind of style, but it's something I'm trying to work. I'm trying to work out what is my style in inverted commas, whatever that is. And yeah, so I've been playing with a lot of illustrations recently and trying to nail down what it is. It's still not there really. It's getting there, but I'm still trying to work it out really. And I suppose every little bit of art you do, you kind of get closer to something that looks right for you, or that you're happy with. I'm still trying to get there, trying to work it out, but I'm enjoying the process of getting there for sure, because I'm definitely, one thing that's been irking me is that I'm not quick enough, or like it's taking me too long to kind of get to a result, whereas I want to kind of push out a piece very quickly and get it done within a couple of weeks, and try and reduce that down to the point where it's taking me less and less time. And this, whoops, the doing the inking for this actually didn't take me that long. I did it maybe 4 or 5 hours or something, from sketch to completion. And you can kind of see the sketch. That was my like little sketch I did originally, and then sort of building up on the inking and stuff. I kind of reduced the size a bit as well, so So yeah, happy with how quickly I got that together. Still room for improvement, but hey, it's cool. Right, what am I working on next? Ah, this Mohawk, or the carrot Mohawk, as people are calling it. Mohawk. Pen tool back out again. I think I'll make it pink for now, just to kind of match up with where we're going with stuff. Yeah, I wonder. Maybe he's got like a special power. Basically, the Phoenix mascot that I was working on for a couple of weeks. His special power is pyrokinesis, which I can't remember who suggested it, so I apologise if I can't remember, but somebody suggested that was his special power. So that's pretty cool. So he'll basically be able to set things on fire at random. So yeah, so that was kind of a cool little superpower to have. And I would like him to kind of pop up maybe as like a little character in my art here and there, a bit like Eddie from Iron Maiden. So he would just like, you know, be in the background or something, or maybe it's just his eyes or something like that, because his eyes are pretty cool. Yeah, pretty rocking. So yeah, definitely want to put him in a few different pieces. See how it looks. Oh, I just noticed there's a line there that's not quite right. Let's copy that across and then delete. Oh man, you're kidding. Oh, I merged it all on the same layer. I'll put it onto a new layer then. Yep, okay, back to colouring. So yeah, I wonder what his special power could be. I don't know. Are you going to do a stream of the cereal box competition for Signal Noise? That is actually a really good question, Nick. I really want to because I had a really stupid idea. I had a really silly idea that I want to do. It's not Blood Cry, before anybody assumes it might be. I'm staying away from Blood Cry until James kind of irons out the character how he wants it. Yeah, I just had a really silly idea, so I might just roll with that and do it. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I would love to enter. I just hope that I get the time to do it. It takes time, man. You know, it takes time. Maybe I could do a stream of it. Maybe that could be like on Friday's show or something. Maybe I start doing that. Oh, actually, if James, if you're still around, I had a question actually. Do we have to stick to the cereal box that you gave us, or is it like, can we just like? I know it sounds silly, but can we make our own? It's really silly, but I'm just wondering, like, do we have to stick? Is it best to stick to that, or is that like against the rules or something? The rules of Cereal Club, not Fight Club. First rule of Cereal Club is you do not talk about Cereal Club. Right. Anyway, I'm waffling. So, right, I get on these teeth. I'll make these teeth pink for now, but they're not going to stay pink because that would look really silly. Maybe they could stay pink. Oh, I wonder. Yeah. Right, okay. Well, the pink teeth don't actually look too bad. Might be best to ask in Discord. Yeah, man, yeah. I'll probably ask in the Discord at some point. But to answer your question, Nick, I really don't know at this point. Either of you guys know the deadline for it? I don't know if that might be sort of an influencer as to whether I get going on it. Yeah, I would like to, because I didn't enter the Stranger Things one, which of course the mighty Proclaim won. He is awesome. His piece was just absolutely badass in every aspect of the word. Definitely. Monday the 30th of April. Okay, cool. So I've got all next week. Okay, well I might be able to get something done then. Yeah, maybe I could try and be a bit of extra work, I guess, but maybe I could try and do that piece on one day and then the other piece on the other day or something, and try and get this done separately. Maybe I'd be able to do that. Again, I've never tried to do two things at once, work-wise, in terms of illustration anyway. I mean, I've done lots of different things at once for clients, but I've never tried to do my own personal projects at the same time. I always try and focus on one. That's quite a good deadline, because it could be, it gives me a fair bit of time. Have you guys thought of any ideas of what you're going to do? You don't have to reveal them, obviously, if you don't want to, but I'm assuming you guys have got ideas of what you're going to do. Yeah. Mine would kind of be, without revealing, mine would kind of be a parody piece. Yeah, definitely a parody piece. But it still would be metal related or rock related or whatever. Yeah, for sure, man. Okay, so we've got pink teeth now. Oh, I haven't done that one quite right. See, this is, here you go, Nick. This is why I do it with this, because then I can just adjust that little lever. There we go. Sorted. So sometimes if you're magic wanding it, it doesn't always fill it in properly. So I always prefer to get it. That's looking so silly. I like it though. Maybe he's got like, yeah, I'd probably do a load of highlights on him to start with at least. Okay, so it's 10:02. Let's save. Save. I completely forgot to save before. Save. We've saved. That's done. So I think that's all the flats done. I will probably, what should I do first? Well, you know what? I'll start on the hair, because I started on that. Last time I did the hair first. So I always have, like I said to you guys previously, I have a thing about hair. I quite enjoy doing hair, and then sometimes it annoys me. Sometimes it's like a love-hate relationship on hair. I love doing it, but sometimes it frustrates me. Right, so now we're going to colour our background black. And as I explained, I think on a previous one, I don't know why. Oh, that's the wrong colour. Maybe it, interesting. Oh, 72% opacity. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why I colour things black in the background, because I know some people recommend to actually do like a light blue, or a dark blue, darkish blue, and it could just be me, just the way I do things. But yeah, maybe it's not the best way of doing things, but I'd love to have a black background. Cut a long story short, I just like to start with a black background, especially on these pieces where I've started all of them on black backgrounds, and that's kind of just the style, I guess. Okie doke. Right, let's get into this Mohawk. So I've got my flats layer, color. Maybe I will make a subfolder called flats, and then just get detail. I really need to work out a better system for naming my folders and stuff, because I tend to tweak things right at the end and then everything ends up a bit of a mess. So if I do hair, I'll do a little bit of hair for 5 minutes or something. We'll keep the pink. We'll keep the pink for now. And let's just get our hairbrush. So this is one of Carl's brushes, as I've mentioned previously. Carl Webster, freaking legend, makes amazing brushes, which you can download for free in CC. And I've been using this. I've been using his brushes for a couple of years now, but this I've been using probably for about a year and a half. And it's so easy to just create a nice bit of texture for hair. I might just stick it on overlay and see. Nope, that doesn't look good at all. Wow, it's so washed out. Sometimes overlays just look amazing, and then other times it looks absolute crap. maybe I will take the colour down and then just paint the brights and darks kind of on top of it. Let's see what that looks like. See if it looks any better. Our carrot's hair. See, now that looks much better. I literally just took it down a bit, and we can start to kind of get a much nicer look to it. And you know what? I think I'll do. You know what? I'll do the darks first, because then I can add some highlights later. So I click on that, reduce that down. Yeah, I spent about 5 minutes on this. Have a quick intermission. I forgot to do my layer mask. Silly Greg. There we go. Layer mask is in. Yeah, I don't like that purple, so we'll do a colour overlay. Yeah, we'll basically have a little intermission. And the intermission, because we've got a couple of new people joining us, the intermission is usually 5 minutes of rock and roll. So it's 5 minutes of gigs and stuff I've been to. I like to capture bands playing and stuff, so I love to just chuck that into the intermission because it all kind of falls into the same sort of rock and roll vibe. Yeah, that's cool. I'm liking that already. I'm having to work. It's funny because usually with hair I do downstrokes, but I'm having to kind of work horizontally because his mohawk is like a little horizontal mohawk. It's not like a traditional one that goes like up and down. So yeah, the carrot mohawk. Yeah, and I haven't played. I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't played much guitar recently because I was away all weekend, as I mentioned before. So it's just going to be a bit of improv. And I definitely want to learn some new riffs for next week. I might come up with some sort of voting system, like I say, or whatever. And so I have time to learn a tab, or at least learn a bit of the intro or something. You know. Cool. Our character's taking shape. Although it's purple now. Yeah, it's that kind of... It's a lot of work, but it's early days. Early days. Okay. A little bit of detail in. Yeah, maybe I can add some like little bits of hair coming off it or something just to make it a bit less rigid. I don't know, I might do that at some point. For now, this will do. Bump up the eraser a bit. Oh, wrong eraser. Oh man, I'll switch back to the wrong brush. There we go. Yeah, I need to... I'm looking forward to going and seeing some gigs soon. I can't think of what gig is coming up. Anyone I can think of is Maiden, actually. Oh, and Def Leppard as well. I'm going to go and see Def Leppard at the end of the year. Can't wait for that. I'm really looking forward to seeing Def Leppard. The first time ever. They don't tour that often, I don't think, nowadays. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. Yeah, okay. Well, we've got a bit of a base layer going on there. Okay, right, before I get too much into this, I think we'll take a little break. So that's kind of where it's looking, guys. Yeah, so started on the colours and just started on the darker sort of texture of the carrot mohawk. So yeah, all right, let's switch back. Cool. All right, so bit of work done there. I'm going to just put on the little intermission now. And like I say, it's a bit of rock and roll. Bit of a few different videos and stuff from different gigs I've been to. So yeah, I'll see you in about 5 minutes, guys. Rock on. we're back. Hey guys, I see that Reviver Knight has just joined and that Seeker has just joined. Hey guys, thanks very much for joining in. That was a little intermission, a little bit of rock and roll. I would love to make a new intermission video at some stage, but I need to get more footage and I need to go to more gigs. Good excuse to go to more gigs, eh? Yeah, I'm sure I've got some more videos somewhere that I can use. So anyway, so we're going to get into our next section now, which of course is the blast. And for those unfamiliar with this little section, so basically the idea behind this is that we have a look at my guitar cam, and I've got stuff in the way there. I don't know what's going on there. There we go, that's better. So we'll play a little bit of rock and roll. I best unmute the guitar because that always helps. Let's see, does this work? Sounds good. Yep, sounds like I can hear stuff. I'm assuming you guys can hear stuff because I can hear stuff. Before we get started, I'll introduce this little piece. So this piece is actually it's used on the I'm using it currently as a GIF on the show, and it's like the horns, the flaming horns GIF that you see sometimes when people follow me. So I'm using it for that. It didn't used to be animated, but I animated it for the show. Anyway, it's a piece called Design X Rock. It was probably one of the first kind of metal versus art thing I tried to do, which is basically metal horns with a paintbrush, which is lots of fun. So anyway, this is one of the first process videos I did as well. So I apologize, guys, if it's a bit kind of zoomy in and outy. I've actually found a better way of doing it now, so Photoshop doesn't zoom in and out. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get into the blast. And here we go. back. So yeah, forgot to turn my mic off there, but hopefully that wasn't too noisy. So yeah, so that's the blast. That is a piece I created called Design X Rock, and it's usually the little horns that come up, so I'll put them on now. So yeah, so it's those little horns, a paintbrush that I made about a year or so ago, which was quite fun to make. And yeah, so really enjoyed that, guys. Hell yeah, and a horns up from Nick. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Really keen to flesh out that section, like I was saying before, and try and do some requests, because at the moment it's just me playing bits and pieces from songs, if I'm honest, and a bit of improv. And I think we're kind of past that now. So I would really like to learn some songs and actually play them for you. So yeah. Okay, so that was the blast. And yeah, I'm off that. Yeah, so that was the blast. Cool. Okay, so let's get back now to our headliner. Oh, and save. I need to put my guitar away as well. So bear with me, the guitar's going. I would love to be able to just throw that, like literally just throw that over somewhere. That would be awesome. That'd be so rock and roll. But I'm too worried of actually like breaking something, which isn't very rock and roll at all. Okay, so for you guys who just joined us, Revive Night and that Seeker. So basically, we're kind of done with the Phoenix now. It's pretty much done. I don't think I'm going to do anything else to it. I'm quite happy where it is. I might do a couple of little tweaks on this triangle because I'm still not 100% happy with it. Same old. But yeah, so he's done. And at the end of the show, we'll be announcing the name because people have been voting for the name. So looking forward to announcing what the name is going to be. Yeah, and so the new piece I'm working on is this. It started out as just like an inked skull, I guess, today. And now what I've done is I've added some flats to it and a bit of texture on their hair. So we'll probably carry on with that a little bit. And then I will get into Raw in about 15 to 20 minutes or something, maybe 25. I'll get into Raw where I'll show you guys an older piece that I worked on and kind of show you all the different iterations of that piece. So that'll be quite fun. Oh, thanks, Revive Night. Cheers, man. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure which one you mean, or if you mean both, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm really happy with that, how that turned out, and looking forward to actually chucking it out on Instagram finally, because I was holding back. I was like, I was away on the weekend, and I was like, right, I need to actually like make a couple of tweaks when I get back. So I made those tweaks, and yeah, I managed to ink this on the train back up, albeit a bit roughly. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I'm happy with how this is going. So let's get back into the hair, and I will stop waffling on. Cool, man. Right. Oh, thanks, man. But you're too kind. You are too kind, sir. Too kind. By the way, Revive Night, and actually that Seeker as well, are you guys entering the cereal box competition of James? Are you guys going to be entering with your awesome submissions? I'm hoping to see you guys enter. I am actually... I think was it Nick who asked if I was entering it? I can't remember. Or was it Anton? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, somebody had mentioned in the chat, are you entering the challenge? Whoops, that's the wrong thing. That's back in. Okay, I need to minimize Chrome Discord stuff. So yeah, there we go. That's better. You're working on it right now. Oh man, you're way ahead of the game. What I might do is I might do it like on my second show every week or something, like as a different project to work on. It's just an idea because I want to try and do. I would love to try and enter into the competition because I didn't do the last one, so I'd love to actually put a piece out there because I really enjoy the challenges that James has been doing because it really puts me out of my comfort zone. Whereas like this stuff, it does a bit, but it's not. It's still like my concept and stuff. It's not like I've been given a challenge to do something. So yeah. Cool. I wonder what kind of... I mean, you don't have to reveal, obviously, but I wonder what kind of cereal box you're working on. I've had an idea, which I won't reveal. I don't know if I'm going to do it. It may look absolutely terrible. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Go for it, dude. Oh, cheers, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, no spoilers. Oh, okay, man. Keep us waiting with bated breath. I'm really looking forward to the entries because a cereal box is kind of like you can do a fair bit with a cereal box. There's a lot of creative things you could probably, even though it's just a box, you could probably do quite a few creative things on it, I reckon. Okay. Right, in fact, what I'll do is I'll just get all this, I won't leave any blanks for now. Try and get everything with a bit of texture in it. So I won't leave any actual blanks. Sometimes I leave areas that are completely blank, and it can look a little bit odd afterwards. So it's better to just get some texture in there completely. Oh, I forgot to put my black layer on. I thought it was a bit. There you go. It's funny. I really don't like working on white backgrounds. It hurts my eyes after a while. I don't know if you guys kind of suffer from similar kind of things where you like when you're working on white and it kind of just starts to look really glary in your eyes. I much prefer just working on black metal background. Yeah, I much prefer it. Okay, that looks awful, so we'll paint over that. Zoom out and see how that's looking. Let's get in there. Needs a bit more work. Always needs a bit more work. Yeah, and I would love to start doing a couple of new segments, as I was saying to the guys before. I've got a really cool idea for a guitar-based segment. It's going to require me to kind of learn a bit of code probably to get it working, but yeah, for sure, man. I can't wait to do that. I think that'll be within the next few weeks is what I would like to do it. I would like to learn, but I've got other stuff to do as well. That's the thing. I've got kind of, you know, real life stuff to sort out as well. So it's whether I get the time and stuff to do it. I'm hoping I get some time. So yeah. Okay. It's kind of getting there. Let's do an overlay layer and see what that. Actually, you know what? I'll do a pink or something. Let's get that pink and bring it in because I don't want to do an overlay layer just yet because I have a sneaking suspicion that it may alter how it looks. It's a bit too bright. Like that maybe. Is your screen backlit? I think so. Yeah, it's like an iMac from I want to say 2015. So I don't know if the iMacs were doing that back then, but I'm assuming so. It probably is, to be honest. But it's, yeah, like you say, because on a laptop I don't usually have that problem. It's just very bright, so that could be what it is. I'm just going to add a few little highlights here and there, try and get some definition between things. I always like to do darks first. Turn backlight down can help with the glare. Yeah, could very well be it, man. I'm not actually sure how you do that. Do you just mean the brightness, or is there like a setting or something in the control panel? I don't really know. I'm not really familiar with it. Zoom out. Yeah, okay. Looking alright. Add some more highlights. 7:20. Yeah, I was also saying to the guys before that you're on Windows. Oh, okay. I have no idea, man. Last time I used Windows was about 10 years ago or something stupid. It was like years ago in a galaxy far, far away. I used Windows. Yeah, man. Not going back, to be honest with you. I nearly went back because I thought, oh, do I need to use OBS on Windows? And then I decided, actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sticking with the Mac because it's what I use, man. I can't get away from it. There's no way I could go back to Windows now. That needs a hell of a lot of work because that's looking very patchy at the moment. So I'll keep at it for a bit longer. Maybe I could try and get some shading done on the cheeks. That would be quite cool if I could just get some, because I have actually got on my sketch, I've got some shading in there, which I've kind of pre-prepared. So yeah, oh yeah, I was saying to the guys before, what was I saying? Oh, I've lost my train of thought now. It will come back to me in a minute. I was talking about something. Can't remember. Oh well. Yeah. Oh yeah. Apparently, yeah. My art director / girlfriend thinks this looks like a carrot. And then I think it was Lena suggested that the nose looks like an onion. So we might make like an alternative vegetarian skull at some stage, which is really random. I love it. I love the creativity. Awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. So I'm doing because I'm a bit out of whack this week in terms of like I had to do a Wednesday stream, not a Tuesday stream, because I was away on the weekend, didn't have time to prepare, I didn't have this prepared or anything like that. Yeah, I decided that I would do one on Friday as well. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if Friday is a good time. I don't know if people are busy, you know, can they be bothered watching me stream art? I don't know, possibly not. So yeah, I'm still testing the waters to see what times are best. Yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are on it, or is it just a case of go with the flow and whatever, stream whenever, I suppose. I would like to have a bit of a plan. And I also mentioned before that basically the second show I'll probably prepare a bit less, if I'm honest with you, because I can be bothered when I'm not busy. Oh, cheers, man. Fair enough. I'm usually out on Friday. Yeah, it's fair enough, man. Like, I know people have got weekend stuff going on. That's fair enough. There's no worries, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in anyway. I mean, it's very kind of you guys to be tuning in. So yeah, so I'm still trying to work out a good schedule. Yeah, and yeah, like I was trying to explain before, the second show, I'm thinking I will like put a load of effort into the first one of the week, put as much as I can, and then the second one, I will be doing some stuff, but I won't be like, I'll be doing some of this, obviously. I'll be doing some artwork, maybe Blast and maybe one other section, and that'll be, you know, I'm not gonna go crazy on my segments and my stuff, because ultimately I need to have a bit of a balance. I've worked out like I'm spending far too long making overlays and having too much fun doing that, and whereas I do have other stuff to do as well. So yeah, that's not looking too bad. It's like I haven't spent that long on it, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. I'm not sure about the highlight color so far. Is that an overlay? No. Okay. Interesting. I didn't set a color for it. Maybe that's why. I think the platform is still super fresh. Super fresh. Yeah, no, you're right about that, man. Yeah, I mean, it's very fresh, and I mean, ideally, kind of want to stream twice a week, because yeah, I think that's probably best in terms of trying to keep consistent and trying to get people, you know, so that people know when I'm going to be committed and do it a couple of times a week. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what time's best. I'm still working it out. I think maybe Tuesday, Friday. I might do Tuesday, Friday. Might stick to that. Well, bear with me a second. I'm just going to get a water. Water break. There we go. Oh man, that's a really good idea. Call it a jam session. Oh, that's a really cool idea, man. Man, you're full of cool ideas. It's a purple carrot, yes. Yeah, I thought about calling it unplugged or something, like the unplugged session. I do have an acoustic guitar, but I don't have like a mic. It is electroacoustic, but the pickups are broken, so I need to like, I don't know how I would mic it so you guys would hear it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a purple carrot. Well, yeah, I don't know how to, if I can come back from this now. I thought I'd try and make it like look like hair, but who knows. I'm not, I kind of want to keep it because it's quite cool. I kind of like it. I kind of like the, it's meant to be a mohawk, but yeah, I suppose it kind of does look like a carrot a little bit. Yeah, like a jam session or unplug session or something. I don't. The other thing I'm kind of worried about is like, I don't want these streams to feel too rigid. I want to kind of just, I don't want it too planned, and I'm afraid that maybe I'm planning it a bit too much. That was another concern of mine. Like I'm spending too long planning it, exactly what I'm going to show and all the rest of it. Maybe it comes across a bit planned. I mean, what's your guys' opinion on this? Like, do you feel like it's too planned maybe? Or, you know, like I say, I think I mentioned before, I'd appreciate any feedback you guys have in terms of like the way it's structured and what I can improve upon, really. Trying to do my best. Because I am really enjoying streaming overall. Like, I've had a couple of moments, like I say, where, you know, maybe I haven't enjoyed it as much, but yeah. I think I don't see much on our platform is audience-driven content. Yeah, that's why. I'm really keen on finding some way for you guys to interact with what I'm making. I'm not quite sure how to do it. Almost like you're breaking that fourth wall or whatever, and it's kind of like you guys can control things somehow on my end. That would be really cool. Might also be a complete disaster. Can you imagine, like, if you let somebody control what you're doing, and then suddenly it becomes like terrible colours that don't work. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, it does look a bit like a carrot. I might just leave that for now. Maybe I'll change it. Who knows? I'm not too sure. So we're coming up to 7:30. I'll do a little bit more on this, and then we'll get into raw interactive content. Yeah. One thing Jazza does occasionally is he does a straw poll of 2 or 3 subject matters, and then he draws a thing combining those things. That is cool. I love Jazza. He's such a cool guy. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, maybe it's like, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely a thing with the guitar. Definitely, I could try and make that a bit more interactive somehow, with like people being able to choose what I'm playing, or like, you know, maybe if somebody like subscribes or follows or something, then I play them a riff that they want, you know, whatever riff it might be. That's something I was thinking of. Yeah, so maybe it is a case of, you know, I do some sort of straw poll or something. I don't want to follow exactly what he's done though. I'd like to try and come up with my own concepts somehow. I love to create my own concepts for things. Yeah, I'll probably do a bit of research on it. But if you guys have any thoughts, I really appreciate any thoughts you might have or ideas. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Okay, purple carrot. I'm not sure. Yeah, I might very well redraw that whole mohawk. Who knows? We'll see how we go. Let's see how we go. Okay, I'm gonna now do. I think I might start on what is easiest to do right now. I'll probably start on the flames a bit, I guess. That might be a good idea because I don't think I'll get the cheeks done in the time I have. So let's work on flamey eye type stuff. Flame eyes in my details. And first thing I'm going to do, a bit like what I did with that, is I'm going to change the colour. I'll do one. See, yeah, I'll probably just do that. I think start with dark and then go light. That's always a bit easier. Yeah. Yeah, I do love crowdsourcing ideas because the best people to ask are always the people watching, I think. Because if I just do my own thing now, it's kind of like, I don't know. I've got some decent ideas, I would say, but it's like I'd love to hear other people's ideas and suggestions, and this is kind of like what's kind of fueled this show in some ways, because I probably wouldn't have had that save animation or the access all areas thing. That wouldn't have been a thing unless you guys had suggested it. So yeah, I'm all for helping this evolve. Try and work out if try and get that highlight color. Yeah, I should probably try and mirror what I did with the hair, I guess. I've got these colors. Yeah, I do have color styles. Always helps. Always helps. Maybe I should do some more tips and things as well. That's another thing I should probably do. I wonder if I'm doing enough tips and trying to help people make their own art. That's something I really want to do, is help people out. Right, let's just get this masked because the mask is not looking cool. Okay. Mask this out as well. Oh dear, I've done that. Make selection, add selection. There we go. Right, flame eye should probably be left. Okie doke. Yeah. I'm going to start. Yeah, I guess I'll start with a highlight, trying to get these flames to look right. Yeah, it's that kind of vibe. Yeah, I have a thing with flames. Sometimes they look really cool, and then sometimes they don't look right. Especially when it's on something. Like if it's like not something necessarily dynamic, it kind of looks a bit strange. So we'll soon see what happens with this. For now, I'm just going to use my airbrush and try and smarten up these little flames. Yeah, I'm not sure. I suppose if light's coming from the left, then I probably wouldn't have light there. Probably more on this side, so I'll focus on this side for a bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I've watched Jazza now and again. I mean, he's got some great. Well, his YouTube channel is amazing, to be honest with you. I mean, I learned quite a bit from there. Like I say, why is that doing that? That's interesting. Oh, I see. There we go. The glasses a bit too far. There we go. Yeah, I learned quite a bit from his channel. Definitely learned some stuff. Top guy. Right. Try and work out. I don't even know if this is the right colour. This might not be the right colour. I might have to make it brighter. Man, he's like OG content creative artist. Oh, you're not kidding, man. Like, I think I watched... I can't remember what it was. I think it was his... I think it was like how to draw heads or something, like one of those videos. And it was such a great explanation. Because I know those videos are probably quite common on YouTube, but his explanation was probably the best one that I'd seen. It's kind of like a lot of them are very vague. I did like. I think that's what attracted me to him in the first place, was like his content even. His content is very simple and very precise, and it gives a lot of information. So yeah, he's a cool guy, man. Love to meet him, actually. That's something. Love to meet that guy. So what I'm trying to do is just get some highlights in there. Try and make some flames. Sometimes it works really easily. Sometimes it doesn't. It can look a bit busy sometimes. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. Let's see how we go with that. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with the flow. Yeah, let's get in there. Slowly but surely. Right, okay. Pull this in. And something I find myself when I'm making flamey kind of stuff as I keep going over things. And I would like to, maybe there's an easier way for me to make flames, because when I do them, sometimes they look a bit blurry. I do like a kind of blurry looking thing. But on my next personal project, I really want to try more of a painty vibe. So more like, I guess, the old school album covers, like Iron Maiden album covers. I really want to try and get into a painty kind of vibe, not necessarily an airbrushed vibe. So I think on the next project I do, next personal project, I will try and do that. I'm kind of constantly evolving this style I've got, and if you can call it a style. Whacking stuff into Photoshop, hoping that it works. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Kind of looks a bit random. But as content creators go, Jazza definitely is one of the best. I mean, I don't know how he keeps up with it, to be honest with you, because yeah, it's hard to keep it fresh and keep creating stuff that people are going to watch and listen to, as I'm discovering. I think your style is very punk rock. That's cool, man. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a graffiti kind of style, maybe like a street style, I suppose. I mean, this is it. I love heavy metal, but I don't necessarily like to make things look like scary, for want of a better word. I know there's a lot of metal bands who have like scary looking skulls and stuff on their front covers, and like gore and things like that. I mean, some of the album covers I've seen recently that our friends have been sort of showing me, I was like, geez, I would never create anything like that. It was like some grindcore death metal album covers, and I was like, well, number one, it was like incredible album covers. Like the art is amazing, but I just don't think it's not the kind of thing I'm trying to do. I do like my vibrant colours, and I do like, I like to be a bit sully, for want of a better word. Yeah, it's kind of getting there. Don't know if it will stay like that. Yeah. It's 22. Yeah, it's funny. I was trying to work out what is my style, and I don't like to pigeonhole myself, because style is very subjective. But I would like to kind of get to a point where I'm like, yeah, that's totally me. And I'm slowly working that out. It's not there yet, but it's getting there. I mean, there's definitely, in terms of concept and theme, there's definitely a theme. It's definitely a theme to my work, and a very rock kind of orientated pieces of work, but mixed in with design, I suppose. And yeah, I don't know if anyone else is doing stuff like this. I mean, I know there's people doing rock-related things, obviously, but I don't know if there's people doing it in the same way I'm doing it. I don't know. It would be kind of interesting to see if somebody was. Maybe that would give me more of a roadmap, but for now, just kind of going with the flow and just doing what feels best, man. Like, yeah, just going with the flow. I don't know if that looks any good. I don't like it. It's the thing when you work on something and then you kind of stand back and then say, oh, actually, I don't like it. Yeah. That happens a lot. It's like, spend ages on something, trying to get details in there, and then you just end up not being happy with it. That's happened so many times to me, but I guess it happens to a lot of people. Right. Maybe I'll add a bit more shading in there or something. I don't know. Let's try and... Maybe I can make a darker tone. If I just... Darker purple or something, I don't know. I kind of prefer that. There's more of a... I think the trouble is that the light colour and the dark colour are too similar. And then it kind of annoys me because I can't see much of a contrast. Is that behind or above? Okay. So I think I prefer that. Yeah, I think I prefer doing that then. So I put it above and then I can kind of chip away at it. I think we all do that. Yeah, man. It's kind of stand back, look at it, go, it sucks, and then keep going back in and working on it. Yeah. And this is the thing, these sort of flamey, because I've done these kind of flamey things before. I always find myself like, I get to a point where I'm sort of happy, and then I really don't like it when I look at it again. So always a bit of a bugger doing kind of flames and this sort of style. And it's one of those things that's actually quite an integral part of what I do, flames and stuff. So yeah, I want it more of a highlight. I don't want it to be the main kind of thing. I just want it more of a highlight. Oh, wrong one there. No, I haven't done. I'm assuming it's this. So I'll just colour overlay it, punk rock style. Yeah. I do want to make stuff a bit more gritty, I think. That's something I'm kind of keen on. Try and add a bit of, maybe I should be adding a bit of texture or something into my work. A bit more texture to make it a bit more gritty, because it can sometimes be a bit too polished. I like to get it a little bit more gritty, some texture to it. I tell you what, it's been super interesting working on physical pieces. No zoom in, zoom out, and what's worse, no Command Z. Yeah, man. You're not kidding. Yeah, I mean, it's the same on that tablet I'm working on. That tablet, won't mention any names, because you only get about 10 levels of undo or something, and you just can't go back after that, and you only get about 20 layers. So it's been kind of refreshing doing that and not having to think, oh, actually I've got loads of time, or I've got loads of spare layers or whatever. You actually have to be really, really careful with what you're doing, and yeah, just plan ahead. It's quite good. Alleviates the perfectionism a bit as well. And that's something I found is, like, because I'm colouring on Photoshop, I'm being more of a perfectionist again because I've got all that flexibility. So maybe next time around I'll colour it on my on my tablet, and try and get something done on that rather than get it on the computer and doing it on the Mac. Yeah. So yeah. See how we go. Whoops, I just moved that without meaning to. Yeah, not too sure about that. What layer is that? Oh, that's the dark layer. Okay. I've not saved my dark layer again. Oh dear. Forgetting to do things. Probably about there or something. Yeah. Okay, 7:45. Limitations are useful, you're not kidding, man. That's the thing with Photoshop. You open Photoshop, you've got a million different ways of doing things and all kinds of permutations, and when you remove those and there's only like one way or two ways of doing things, limitation really helps, I think. Makes you focus, and for sure. Yeah. Oh, by the way, that Seeker, we need to get back on track and getting that little project we talked about on DM going. I really want to show that at some point on this. That'd be really cool. So yeah, maybe I'll hit you up after the stream, talk about it a bit more, and maybe if you have time. I mean, I don't know if you have time and stuff. If you don't, that's cool. We can try and arrange something, sort something out. Being very cryptic here, but me and that Seeker have kind of been planning something for a bit, like a little collaboration. Yeah. Right. Well, that flame ain't too bad, considering I've not worked on it too long. Obviously it still feels very flat, but yeah, it'll get there. Right, it's 10 to 8, so I'll work on this a bit more. Maybe I will do a bit of shading on the face, even though... Oh, I need to save. Saving now. Yep, done. Great. Awesome. Let's get back into this. So I'm going to make a new folder. Face, I guess. And we'll put in some shadows. Now should I change the green on this to be darker and then for me to highlight it? Not sure. I think I'll leave it be for now. So I quite like that green as it is, and I'll just start shading. Always a tricky one. I'm never sure which way to go. Should I go dark to light, or do a bit of dark on the light? If that makes any sense. I'm always in two minds as to which way to do it. Let's colour overlay this bugger, because otherwise I'm going to forget, and then I'm not sure what colour I'll be using. And I could use a multiply or something like that, but yeah, maybe it's slightly bluer. Don't want it too blue because I have got another piece that's already blue, so I kind of want to try that. I've got to get ready for the train home, but hit me up after the stream. I have been thinking about the collab, so hit me up when you're done with the stream. Okay, man. I might be eating, but later tonight I will hit you up. Thanks, man. You take care and have a safe journey home. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, man. Right. No rush. Yeah, man. No worries. I'll hit you up later. No problem, man. Take care. Cheers for tuning in. Cool. Wonder if I really like. I wonder if I can get some music going in this stream. I feel like I love working to music. The trouble is that I can't have music on the stream. Maybe I give you guys like a Spotify playlist or something, and you can listen along or something like that. I don't know if you guys would be keen on that, because you're probably doing your own thing or you have your own music. But maybe I'll start doing that so you guys can listen to what I'm listening to. I know that Proclaim has some sort of way of doing it so that people can kind of listen in on his Discord or something, and they can listen to what he's playing. I'm not sure how he does that. Might have to hit him up and ask him how he does that. Yeah. Try and get some base shading in this before we finish up for today, just so that I know roughly. I do have some shading in my original sketch. I'll pull my sketch up, which I now can't see because there's loads of stuff. So yeah. So I did have a bit of shading there just to kind of make a bit of a contour. Okay. Right, back in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know where it is anyway. I don't think I need to get too much detail in there for now. I know there's like, oh, and of course, rookie mistake, I haven't selected the other thing, so add that to selection, delete layer mask, add layer mask, there we go. Quick and easy. Let's do the shading for our carrot mohawk. Yeah, and get that in. Yeah, I'll just try and work on some basic shadows for now. I do want to get into raw, and then I want to do a bit of an encore at the end as well, as we always do. And then I need to go and actually eat something. Because I've not actually eaten anything yet. Yeah, I need to be careful of my shading here. So the shadows should actually be on the right hand side of this and not necessarily on the left. So let's try and get that so it's looking decent. This is tricky. I might have to make this into multiple layers, because trying to get the shadows on the right side all the way across without them running into each other might be a bit of a tricky one. Let's do that. No, actually it's not too bad. Could be worse. Yeah, I don't know how you... It's a funny thing with skulls. It's like you're working on human features, but at the same time, I don't know if this is correct, like whether this would be right. I was kind of having a bit of a tough time of doing this. Like, do skulls have like these little weird bits here, or is that just me just putting too much detail in? I don't know. It looked kind of cool, so I left it in. I didn't want it blank because then it looks like there's nothing there. It looks a bit weird. And I was looking at reference online and trying to find the right way to do it, and yeah, it wasn't quite right. By the way, Reviver Night, are you planning on doing a stream or something? I thought maybe it's the wrong person. I can't remember. Were you planning on doing something? I can't remember. I know I spotted somebody in the channel saying they're about. It might be Anton actually, and maybe Anton. I can't remember. He might be starting his own stream. I can't remember. But yeah, it's really cool, man. To tune into you guys and see what you're doing. Almost ready to go. Oh man. Well, I'm hoping that your stream time is when I'm actually awake. Because I know like hybrid stream is like at midnight. And I did tune in last night, which was really cool. Yeah. I managed to tune in for an hour or so or something before I went to sleep. So yeah, I don't know what time yours would be at. Yeah. This is coming along nicely. Not so bad. So I only just started colouring this. Save. Probably be afternoon, evening. Okay, man. Yeah, we really need to get this stream calendar going, because I'm still flicking between kind of Wednesday, Tuesday, not 100% sure which is best. I mean, maybe I'll do Wednesday, because I don't know anybody else who's kind of streaming on a Wednesday, so maybe I'll pick Wednesday, and then, because no Proclaim's doing 8 my time on a Tuesday, so I always feel like I have to finish early to tune into his. So maybe I'll do Wednesday. Not sure. It'll be a bit of a shadow. Oh, dear. That's silly, isn't it? Silly me. I haven't masked out the nose, so let's mask that out of the shadows. So it's a bit of a nightmare. Subtract layer mask. No pixel selected. What? There are loads of pixel selected Photoshop. There's a whole bunch of them. So all I want you to do now is just subtract that from there. No pixel selected. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Okay, I'll just delete it then. Fine. If you're not going to play ball. I'll stream when I can. Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. That's what I've been wrestling with. It's like, oh, I want to do 2 times a week, and then it's kind of like, I don't really have time to prepare a full-on show second time around. I don't have time. So, like, yeah, I might do some sort of unplugged show where I just kind of do a bit of this, maybe have a bit of guitar and don't plan too much for it. Maybe that would be better anyway. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to, like I say, I don't want to plan too much. I don't want it to be too rigid. I think it'll get very boring very quickly if it's too rigid. So I'm trying to keep it loose. You know, try and do a different piece every couple of weeks at least. I'm keen to see what you do though, man. Like, yeah, it'd be interesting to see like what kind of art you're doing, whether you stream I don't know, James's challenge pieces or maybe your personal art. It'd be interesting to see what you're going to be doing. Yeah, 100%. Okay, 5 to 8. Okie doke. All will be revealed. Oh, that's exactly what I did, man. Like, I think it was Proclaim was trying to get it out of me. Like, what was I doing? What are you doing on your stream and all the rest of it? And I left it like I didn't reveal anything apart from like a couple of teaser images. I love a surprise. I love people doing teasers and stuff. It like adds to the mystery. Are you gonna do any teasers and stuff, or are you just gonna like be like, bam, there it is on the day? Be keen to see what you come up with, man. Okay, that's not so bad. Yeah, needs a lot more work, but I want to make a new layer actually. I don't want to paint too much on that one. Start a new layer. Maybe I'll get a darker. Small teaser the week before, yeah, man. Gotta have a teaser in there. Teasers are fun. Lots of fun. The thing I've been noticing is, I really need to get back into it, is I'm not posting as much stuff on social. I'm forgetting, and then because I've been spending too long actually preparing for the stream, and I actually need to actually start posting stuff out. Like, I already want to post that Phoenix. Probably tomorrow I might post it on Instagram or something. Oh, I just remembered I need to reveal the name of the Phoenix. I mustn't forget because I nearly forgot. Must remember. Yeah, so yeah, I've got like I'm not sure if I'll post the lips first or the Phoenix first. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have a think about it. I'll see which one looks best. Okay. So adding just an extra kind of dark layer in there just to kind of try and darken things up a bit. Yeah, that's cool. A bit too much. Okay. Right, I will leave that there for now. Kind of half done on one eye, but not bad for an hour or so's work, 2 hours work. And yeah, let's save. Let's get our plectrum out and save. Rock on. Yeah, so he's looking pretty cool. We've got a couple of other things coming up. So let's get into Raw. And let me, because I haven't planned this at all, like a bit of a doofus, I haven't actually loaded any of my files. So we will now load a couple of files, and then I'll explain what it is I'm doing. Let me just find the right folder. There it is. Okay. Is it in this folder? Is it even here? I'm not sure. I'm doing my best to work it out. Okay. All right, I've found you, you little bugger. Couldn't hide from me. Okay, so I'll start explaining this while this is loading. So you guys may have seen me kind of tout this little kind of GIF now and again on the show. Sometimes I put it out there. Yeah, it kind of looks like this on the show. This Rock Starz little animated GIF, and I thought it might be quite fun to show where it came from, because it actually came from this piece originally. But this, and although this is now in my style, this actually started off as something completely different. And I'm just waiting for the file to load. Loaded the wrong file. Always helps. Let's load the other one. Okay, so if I switch back now to my camera, I'll just explain. So this is like this thing. I just felt like writing Rock Starz for a I'll hide the save thing out the way. So we had a kind of 80s rock star party at our old flat, and I thought it'd be really cool to mock up like a little banner for the Facebook event. So I came up with this, which was like really 80s kind of looking thing, which was lots of fun to work on, as you can imagine. I put a bit of Motley Crue in there, had like Steel Panther and a few other bands, Guns N' Roses and stuff, and tried to kind of like put all these different bands into this Facebook banner. And I was like, right, I need to come up with some typography that looks really 80s looking. So I came up with this Rock Starz thing. But I thought, you know what? I didn't think about it, but I ended up using it for an actual piece, like an actual piece of my own work. I wasn't actually planning to, but I thought it might be quite cool. Oh, hey Proclaim. Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm just going through an older piece at the moment. I'm just going through this Rock Starz thing, you know, that I do sometimes on the stream, where I do my little Rock Starz GIF and how it came about. So this is the original piece of work I did. And I'm going to sort of bring up now, if I can find the right folder. Let's see if I can find it. I have it here. And you can see how this will have evolved. So yeah, is that the first one? I think that's the first one. Open it up. So I took the original file, put it on black, and initially I thought, well, I might just leave it like that and just put it out there. But to me, it didn't feel necessarily on brand, for better use of a word. It didn't feel like my usual red and sort of yellow thing that I usually do, my usual kind of brand colors that I usually do. So I kept playing with it. This is the second version that I kind of came up with. So I went from that to that, and I was trying to do a gradient in the background, trying to make it look cool. But it wasn't quite right. I still felt like it was a bit off brand. And then I came to this version where I was trying to get my colors in there but keep a gradient, but it kind of felt like it wasn't quite right. Certainly the colors were kind of becoming better, but they weren't quite right. So let's see, it's the fourth version now. So you can see how many versions I've done of just this one piece of typography trying to get it right. If we head back to our first one, so yeah, you can kind of see how it's evolving. And so I ended up kind of like adding a sort of rough paint thing to it, but even that wasn't really gelling quite right. So I kind of slept on it, I think, at this point. I was happy with the initial typography, but if I was honest, it didn't really feel like my brand. So I kept going on it. We're on number 5 now, the 5th iteration of this project. So what's the difference with that one and that one? There we go. So I started darkening the bottom of the Rock Starz thing. I like the rough BG. Yeah, man, I want to use this for something else. I'm not quite sure what yet, but I really like it as well. But it was too much going on that piece. It just felt like typography is really bold as it is, and the background was really bold as well. So I was like, it's not working out quite right. So we're now on version 6, and I think we were getting there at this point because I was pretty happy with the type. Version 6, which was like a bit more of a kind of, I tried to do a gradient over the background to try and soften it. Latest copy v2.psd, 100% man. That's totally what this is, although mine are actually named 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think there's a latest. Is there a latest in the folder? Let's see. No, there isn't. There is no latest in there. Could have been though. Yeah, so this was the version before the final, and I was trying to do like a gradient on top of the I did like a gradient on top of the rough texture to try and soften it. It still wasn't working. And then really randomly, I was trying to find a texture. I was trying to find something to get it looking like softer, but with detail. So this was the final version. And you see this kind of texture. It looks like rock, but it's actually not rock at all. Let me see if I can go through it and hide some of these layers. If I take out, I've got all kinds of layer masks and stuff. Proclaim, you'll be used to this. So the initial, actually I'll just open the smart object. So the initial texture is actually a photo I took in the sea. So it's actually the sea, and it's kind of like the reflection of the light on the sea kind of makes this weird kind of cool sort of rocky kind of thing. And yeah, I think it may have even been I'm not sure if I took it or if Natural Mermaid took it. My girlfriend may have taken this, I'm not sure, and I may have borrowed it off her. But it was just like, I really liked how like there's a difference in the light and the texture of it. It just looked really cool. So I found that. I thought, right, I'll plonk that in the background, and then I just added a load of I must have just added a load of different gradients on the top. I'll see if I can kind of go through this. See if I can find... my layers aren't even named. Same old story, naming your layers. So that's something else. That's like an outer glow on the text. Oh, there you go. So you can see there's like a hue saturation on there. There's like, that's the shadow on the text. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where that weird orangey thing's come. Ah, I know. There you go. So I had one on the top. I had some flares in this, but I didn't use them. There you go. Truck stop lens flare. No truck stop lens flares on mine. I make them in After Effects. Anyways, so yeah, I used to have flares on this, and then decided against it. If I was honest with you, it didn't really gel. Looks like a close-up of an elephant. Oh, thanks, Reclaim. You're so kind with your words. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, the texture kind of does look like an elephant, actually. I just wanted kind of a really rocky-looking texture to it, to be honest with you. And so, yeah, guys. So that's this Rock Starz thing. And what's happened since then is obviously, you know, looking all the way back to my, not that one, to the initial version. You know, it's kind of like, went from pink, then got the gradient in there, and tried to add my own colours. That didn't work, so I added that rough texture, and then we kind of got to the final. And then eventually, what happened is that evolved into the Rock Starz GIF that I use on the stream. So yeah, all I did was kind of add a little glow that animates backwards and forwards on top of the type. So, you know, if somebody had said to me, well, that piece that you're going to make for a house party will end up being as part of your stream in a year's time, I would never have thought it. So you just never know where things can go sometimes. You might use things for completely random stuff, like a stream. Cool, guys. Anyways, so yeah, so that is Raw, and that is our Rock Starz Raw. Awesome. Okay, so I think it's that time of the show where I'm gonna reveal. We had our album of the week earlier, but I'm gonna reveal the name vote, because I know a lot of people voted on this, and people might be keen to know who won our name vote for our Phoenix mascot. There was quite a few votes. Well, not quite a few, but there was like, you know, I wasn't expecting so many votes, which was really cool. And yeah, it was a real close one, to be honest with you. It was very, very close. So yeah, I mean, I didn't expect there to be such a close result, if I'm honest with you. So I will reveal now. So in third place, I can't remember how many votes it is, but in third place is Phil. So Phil the Phoenix is third place on the mascot name result. And yeah, I actually thought this one might win. I actually thought, you know, this is probably one of the best options. And then we had a couple of late entries, which are kind of swayed things. So there you go. So unlucky Phil, as Reviver Knight says. Yeah, I think that was that Seeker who suggested Phil the Phoenix. I kind of like it still, but yeah, unfortunately it didn't win. So anyway, so in second place, our drum roll for the second place is Forks. So Forks the Phoenix came in second. Again, yeah, I thought this one might win as well. So yeah, I just didn't expect that. I actually thought this would be the most popular one because people know it from Harry Potter and stuff. Although, if I'm honest, I'm kind of glad it didn't win because I probably would have had copyright issues. Our Revive Night, that was yours. Sorry, man. Sorry, it didn't win. It was like really close, and it came a very close second. So anyway, without further ado, I will announce the winner. So the winner of the mascot name is Chaos. So Chaos the Phoenix. Yeah. So this one was a really late entry by Frank. I think he told me on the day, and I think I'd already put the poll up, and I'd already like coded it on my blog. And he said, why not Chaos? Or Chaz, he said. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just shove Chaos in there at the last minute. And yeah, it got the most votes. So there we go. So that's the result, guys. So in third place, we've got Phil the Phoenix. Second place is Forks. And our first place winner is Chaos. So yeah, without further ado, there's Chaos the Phoenix. I might do some type for him. Yeah, so I might do like a little bit of an insignia or some type specifically for him that says Chaos. That would be pretty cool. I would like to put him in a few different pieces of art, like I said. Look at those hype bars in there. Hype. Thanks, Proclaim. Yeah. Have a good leave, Gan. Good luck with the stream. Oh, cheers, man. I'm going to wrap up very soon because I need to eat soon. Rock hard, yeah, for sure. Rock on. Rock on, man. Rock star. Proclaim is indeed a rock star because he showed us all his lovely albums the other day. Thanks, man. See you later, dude. We're nearly finished anyway. We've got like just the encore to come. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Close this PSD. Pretty happy with how this has been going. Yeah, I'm liking the skull. If I can get it open. I don't know why that's gone. Let me just work out where the skull has gone. New window. There we go. Come on. Phoenix sketch. Phoenix sketch. I haven't opened that twice. Oh dear. It's all going wrong right at the end. Right at the end. Let me make that a new window. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Let me try and open it again. Basically, I've got the file loaded twice. You know what? I'll do a copy and paste job. Be easier. Okay. New window. It's going to take ages to create. That was annoying. I closed the document by mistake. Okay, yeah. So getting along with this piece. I'm hoping might carry on with it on Friday, or I might even start the cereal box challenge. Signal noise cereal box challenge. Might be one or the other. We'll see how we go. Cool. Okay. Let's just get into our encore then. Our last little encore. Yeah. So I'm going to grab my guitar, if you bear with me. Let's get the headphone out. Cool. Right. So yes, the encore. Play a bit of rock and roll. And then we'll wrap up. Let me just switch back to the blast slide. There we go. Oh, and there's a big massive thing right in the way now. I really wish there was a better way of kind of like, I don't know, like a better way of sort of getting things to look correct in OBS, but it is what it is. Maybe I should just set up a separate camera slide actually for this. That's something I should do. Maybe on the list. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm just going to play a little bit of rock and roll before we leave tonight, and then yeah, I'm gonna have some dinner. So here we go. Okay. Well, thanks, Lena. I really appreciate it. I'll do my best. Anyway, yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely want to try and learn some new riffs and stuff and do some new things with the guitar. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Got some more of this, got this skull started anyway, a bit of colouring and stuff. Yeah, hoping to get a bit further on that maybe on Friday. Maybe I'll start doing this signal noise serial box, like I was saying. And yeah, so the next show will be on Friday, same time, 6 p.m. I know you guys might very well be out drinking and having fun and all the rest of it, so no worries if you can't tune in. Yeah, if you can, then I really appreciate it. So yeah, let's just bring up the last little slide. Okay, so yeah, Friday 20th. I think I have the right time. I think it's the 20th. I've got the right date. It always helps. Always helps to have the right date. Here we go. A little riff, a little riff to celebrate. Yeah, so I'll see you guys then. But in the meantime, yeah, hope you guys have a good couple of days, and I'll be back on Friday. And yeah, keep rocking, keep designing, rock on.